90% of lottery winners go broke within 5 years. Meanwhile, some of the wealthiest people in history started with almost nothing. The difference was never luck. It was never even income. It was a set of invisible decisions made quietly every single day. Decisions your brain is wired to get wrong. Somewhere right now, someone earning 6 figures is broke. And somewhere else, a person earning half that is quietly becoming a millionaire. What separates them isn't the size of the paycheck, it's the size of the belief system behind it. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't have a money problem. They have a psychology problem. We spend to soothe stress. We avoid checking our accounts when we're anxious. We chase quick wins and flinch away from slow, boring growth, even though slow and boring is exactly what builds wealth. The 1% didn't get there by being smarter with spreadsheets. They got there by rewiring a handful of instincts that work against almost everyone else.
The first instinct is loss aversion. Losing $100 feels almost twice as painful as gaining $100 feels good. So we sell stocks in a panic, avoid investing altogether, and keep cash sitting still, safe from loss, but also safe from growth. The second is instant gratification. Our brains reward us today, not in 20 years. That's why a new purchase feels better than a retirement contribution, even when the math says otherwise. The third is social comparison. We don't spend based on what we need, we spend based on what the people around us have. It's called lifestyle creep, and it quietly erases raises before they ever reach a savings account. The wealthy didn't eliminate these instincts, they built systems around them.
Consider 2 men in the 1970s. One inherited a fortune and lost nearly all of it chasing status, mansions, yachts, headlines. The other, a mid-level worker in Vermont, invested a small, steady amount every single month for 50 years. He never earned more than a modest salary. When he passed away, he left behind $8 million. His secret wasn't income, it was time, consistency, and a refusal to touch the money. This pattern repeats across history. The wealthiest households in study after study behave the same way. They live below their means, they automate their investing, and they treat their portfolio as something you don't interrupt, not something you react to. So what does building wealth like the 1% actually look like in practice?
First, automate before you feel it. Money that moves into investments before it reaches your hands never triggers the emotional tug-of-war of spending versus saving. Second, diversify like a fortress, not a gamble. Real wealth isn't built on one hot stock. It's built on a portfolio spread across index funds, real estate, and businesses, assets that don't all fall at once. Third, extend your time horizon. The 1% think in decades. When markets crash, they see a sale. When others panic, they stay quiet and let compounding do the work no willpower ever could. Fourth, protect your identity from your income. The moment you tie your self-worth to your spending, you become vulnerable to every impulse marketing was designed to trigger. This is the real shift. Not a bigger paycheck, a different relationship with money. One built on patience instead of panic, systems instead of willpower, and identity instead of impulse. Picture the version of you 5 years from now who never touched the panic button, who let ordinary months compound into extraordinary decades. That version of you isn't smarter, they just stopped fighting their own psychology and started designing around it. Wealth was never really about money, it was about behavior, repeated long enough to become identity. The 1% didn't win a different game, they just refused to quit the slow one. The next decision is yours. Make it a quiet one.